Hey everybody, Scott Walters, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. So let's go ahead and get a temperature check on the real estate market. It's the $1 million question. It's the elephant in the room. Why, you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you. Because if we lose the real estate market, guess what we lose? You guessed it. Everything revolves around real estate. Why, you ask? Well, of course I'm going to tell you again, because it's the biggest asset class in the world. It has the ability to take the whole economy down for the count and along for the ride. That's what happened in 2008. Now, in 2008, yours truly drank a little of the real estate Kool-Aid. Actually, it was 05, 06, euphoric, bought in 07 when it started to kind of level out, kind of where we're at now. And then the dreaded falling knife was caught. And that's what all your fear is. I've read your comments. I've communicated and helped more people on YouTube probably than anybody else in terms of putting you together with agents that are high level. You guys don't understand the value. You have value. So does your agent. So important who you work with. Now, there's no such thing as a perfect agent. Our job is to get as close as we can. If you're looking for the perfect agent, you'll never, ever find him unless Jesus Christ himself decides to come back and become an agent. And when he comes back, I don't think he's going to be an agent. He'll have other business at hand. Thank the Lord, right? Thank the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. The reality is this, friends. We have a big elephant in the room right now. The biggest artificially induced real estate bubble ever witnessed in human history with no organic growth has peaked. In fact, it's done what? It's reversed course. This was overnight appreciation to never seen before highs. I talk to agents almost every day, all over the nation. And it's so funny because when I first started giving these reports, when it was all rainbows and sunshine, well,
Scott, I'm really busy. I'm on my way to another listing and a photo shoot.
Blah, 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 blah. Changed. Their narratives have changed in spectacular fashion. I got a lot of pushback, and I'm very, very transparent with my industry. Hey, I'm basically whistleblowing. This is a real estate bubble. Proceed with caution. If you do this right, we can protect you, but there's a lot of risk right now. You've got to know what I have no problem telling people that's exactly my message. And as a result, guess what I've done? Got a lot of people to trust me. Whew. Insanity, right? And it's only because, like I said, I've seen this movie before myself personally. And while I love, well, I shouldn't say love making money. I love what I do. I just absolutely love what I do, but I love people. And so that translates through my work. I love people most of the days. Some days I don't want to be bothered, but most of the days I do. You know what I mean? This is the reality now. The real estate market is now flatlining, right? It's actually reversing course. And I wish I had time to put every property under a microscope that comes in through the show, whether it's messenger or text or email or comments or whatever. It would be a full-time job for a staff of 10 people to do that every day. That'd be pretty fun, actually. But today we're going to go ahead and take a look at a listing because I just want to show you guys how you should, I think, it's up to you how you do it, how you should look at a listing. Because the listing tells a story. Most of us browse the pictures. Oh, honey, I like it. It looks pretty good. No, every listing tells a story. Why? Because there's people involved. So and that was the thing. I was talking to an agent, and here's what we're seeing now. It's this stalemate between sellers and buyers, right? It's this because the sellers have euphoric recall. Well, my neighbor sold for okay. That was before interest rate hikes. That was before the economy started to shake. It was all stimulated. Those times have come and gone, but they can't wrap their heads around that. And that's why they start doing what I always say to be careful of if you're selling. You don't want to show days on the market going through price reductions. It's a bad look. But most agents will take that listing and let you do it because they need the listing. But it doesn't help the agent either. Happy clients are repeat clients. I don't want your listing if I'm going to get stuck with the dead horse that I'm trying to beat back to life. It's not worth it. So the reality is this. You have to understand that. And then buyers Buyers are getting educated. They're either watching channels like this or they just understand the economy. Drive down most city streets right now. What are you seeing? For lease signs, for sale signs popping up. Open houses popping up. Things are spiking. The shift has occurred. We see what's going on. There's no more smoke and mirrors to speak of, really. In my opinion. So the good news is this. You don't get hurt in real estate when you buy. You get hurt in real estate when you sell. So if you buy right today, tomorrow, next week, or next year, that's my message. Because if you're waiting for the crash, you're probably waiting for a year. You're probably waiting for a year, in my opinion, unless it's a flash crash that comes out of left field, a black swan event is what we would need to provide it. And at this point, we just can't rule that out. Anybody telling you no crash risk here, I believe is just out of touch with reality. There's always crash risk, especially when you have overnight appreciation and never seen before highs. Artificial growth due to stimulus. And then the U.S. savings rate is at an all-time low and U.S. debt at an all-time high. Those two, all that, with that, we could go deep into the data and the tea leaves and break it down. Running local economy. We don't need to. I just told you everything you needed to know right there. So, subscriber, thank you. If you're new, please subscribe. I do my best to give some straight talk here as a licensed realtor. And it's been an honor and a privilege to do it. I absolutely enjoy it. It's been hard this past year. I know a lot of you know I'm an avid outdoorsman. I love tennis, biking, motorcycles, swimming, ocean, camping. And that flu got me. I was the last person afraid of that flu. And guess who it got? It got Scott Walters Real Estate. Gosh darn it, that thing. Man. But I'm glad. I feel like I'm kind of on the mend at some level, but I haven't had a good workout in almost a year. I know a lot of you can tell, like, I've dropped weight. It's been hard. Lack of sleep. It's been hard. But the reality is this. I absolutely have had an honor and a privilege helping a lot of you. And some subscriber reached out, and I get a lot of that. And so because I haven't recorded a video as much as I'd like to, I'm going to use this opportunity to jump over to where our subscriber apparently heard some real estate agents talking about how it's all rainbows and sunshine. And he's like, Scott, I'm not seeing the rainbows and sunshine, but these realtors still think there is. Well, let's go ahead and jump over and take a look at a listing in Colorado and see if it is, in fact, rainbows and sunshine still. Then we'll meet back here, wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, friends, let's go ahead and check in with Colorado. Here you go, downtown Denver. It looks pretty good, but let's see what's going on with their local real estate. All right, and here's a message from one of our subscribers. Scott, I live in northern Colorado, Loveland, Fort Collins area. And last night I was at a restaurant and talking to a realtor, and they were telling me the housing market is still very hot in northern Colorado. Blah, 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 blah. A little cheerleading, and our subscriber was not too happy about it. Let's go ahead and take a look at a local listing. Strike one, our crash map, courtesy of our good fuzzy friends and failed iBuyers over at Zillow. Everything on your screen is, in fact, doing what? You guessed it, going through the kiss of death. Price reductions are running rampant in this area. Now let's go ahead and tour one of our local listings. And here you go, a teeny house that went through a bunch of renovations. Unfortunately, what I see right here is a property sucking air, unoccupied. It's been staged, possibly virtually staged, not even real staging. So when you go to look at this property in person, it might in fact be completely empty. But regardless, they only staged part of the house virtually or physically. Strike one. Let's go ahead and look a little deeper. Today's property sits stuck on the market at just under $800,000 after going through its most recent $15,000 price cut of many. And I'm sure they're probably going to have more to come if they want to get this thing sold, as they're clearly now chasing the market. All right, let's step into our property description. One of the things that stood out for me here is step inside to discover a haven of comfort and style with all new vinyl, plank, flooring, and plush carpet. Those are not typically things that I'm leaning on as an upgrade for a house. In fact, these are the two cheapest type of floorings you can get. Now, with the flip, not a bad idea to put these in, but in your property description, probably not the key selling points for our property. Let's move on a little further. Next thing we always want to look at is how much interest is our property getting online? Well, this one's been on the market for almost 2 months and it's probably been refreshed more than once. So this might not even be accurate, but it has only 21 saves. So for me, this tells me not a lot of interest when I only see 21 saves on my property. And as we can see here, our estimated mid-range value is only $783,000, which is up 35% in its last 2 years. Also, we're priced above that and chasing the market. So our property has a lot of work to do, and we can see its downward trend is in fact starting. Now the million-dollar question, will our next buyer be getting the dreaded falling knife? Let's look a little further. As we can see here, we started our journey at $850,000. So our latest price cut of only $15,000 isn't in fact accurate. This property has already gone through a $50,000 price cut and is still priced above its mid-range value. In a declining market, you probably want to get in front of this and price it at the lower end of its value range. They have not done that, and that in fact is keeping them potentially stuck on the market. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. And there you go. So here's the thing, friends. I mean, it's classic. This property is stuck on the market and not getting many saves. So like I said, before we cut to the property, every listing tells a story. You've got to read between the lines and look between its cracks. And this one has some cracks. First of all, that's a smaller looking older house pushing $1 million and it's not getting much interest. So for me, if I'm a realtor, yeah, sure, I'm going to pull, because we go to sales meetings every week, right? And you think our sales meetings are sales meetings. Sales meetings aren't protect people meetings. They're sell, get it sold meetings, make people feel comfortable in this environment. It's insane. Shame, shame, shame. Give people real talk. They'll trust you much more. I had that conversation with the realtor just now. I'm like, man, I'll tell you, once people make up their mind's made up. Don't try to change it. If they think the economy's taking a turn and there's a crash risk, let them have that. I get more and more realtors seem to get fired for trying to convince you guys that it's all rainbows and sunshine and no crash risk here. You're like, what are you talking about? No crash risk? Zero? Come on, man. Come on. But this house, again, for a subscriber, and my advice, not only in Colorado, I don't even care where you're at, really, it's really now is the time to start looking at these properties. How long are they on the market? What kind of interest? Are they going through price reductions? So my guess is yes, they're doing all of that. So let's go ahead and march on to that property, even if you're not interested in buying it right now. But you, at some point, you're ready. That's when you have me put you together with our agents and we go start touring homes so you get familiar out there on properties, because most of you will stay stuck on the sidelines forever if you're not at least working with an agent, going out and looking at properties and then testing them with what? An offer. Full price over asking price? No, an offer. Test them. Now, some of these guys have already refused better offers than the ones that you're ready to write. Just know that. That's where I come in. That's where our team comes in. Let me call the selling side. Hey, we got a potential offer for you. It's probably not the one you're hoping for, but it's an offer. You need it? Where's it at? Well, we're thinking of coming in with a 700 even on this thing. Oh, we've already refused an offer for 7. Okay, well, you think they're ready to see another one, or should we move on? No harm, no foul. We just wanted to give you an opportunity. I mean, that's how it goes, right? And then we're on to the next. And as I wrap this thing up, I find myself saying a lot of things because I love real estate, right? Love it. Couldn't imagine doing anything else. Maybe a couple things, but for the most part, I just love helping people. I love doing real estate. The number one thing, if you're out there shopping for a house right now, in my opinion, unless this is your forever home and you've got an open checkbook policy, which I know many of you do because I've helped a lot of you right now. Actually, that's you. You're like, I can afford the home. It doesn't matter what the economy does. I need a home. I love the home. Get the home. It's great. That's great. But if that's not you and you're out there just kicking tires and shaking trees, your number one thing is, and it's hard for you that are married, because I know a lot of them are like, honey, I love it. I love it. Don't fall in love with the house, because the minute you fall in love with the property, they got you. In final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a real estate guy who wants to see you not only win in real estate, win in life. Understand the waters you're swimming in now, friends. They're shark infested. Colorado, welcome to the swimming pool. You're not alone. Everybody's doing it. This is what happens when you overstimulate not only the biggest economy in the world, the biggest asset class in the world, the U.S. housing market. We did it again. We've done it before. We did it again, and there's a good chance it will happen even again after this one. The million-dollar question is, what happens moving forward? That's why I'll be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you need help buying or selling real estate here in America, I have the biggest network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. It'd be our honor and our privilege to do so. Email in the description for you as well. Also, if you're watching from your television set today and you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Please go make it count today. God bless. I'll see you on the next video. Top real estate agent in your area, email ScottWaltersRealestate@gmail.com.